Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, fucking sir. Let's get this shared up real quick. Been having some great days. Mm, calling out some nice plays. Y'all already know the deal, right? I'm pretty late today, um, but we got a older, later slate, so I'm just trying to get this shared up real fast. I'm just trying to get the share up and out. Mm, mm. Okay, Sid, what's up, Sid? What's going on, man? Drop a like on the video. How you doing, my guy? What's going on? What's the business? I'm late. I got to get ready to go to work in a few minutes. Did go over the slate. Um, if you're new to this channel, hey man, this is what we do every day. You go eventually around the fourth. Like I said, it's gonna turn into a few recordings because this takes a long time, man. You know, I was almost researching for almost 3 hours this morning, but it is what it is. Just how we do it. But right now, I'm just gonna go through the plays. What's up, Pat? How you doing? I'm going through the plays. I had bangers yesterday, man. Bangers, bangers, bangers. Right? Posted them I dropped them here. You know. So let's try to see if I can get in and out of here a little bit quicker. I went over the spots that I liked, and I'll give you guys some spots and some games that I jumped on today. So right now the weather looks great. Cleveland at Baltimore winds a bit left to right, a bit in from left at 10 miles an hour. Toronto winds out to right at 10 miles an hour. Miami and KC nearly 100 degrees, humid, winds out to left. Humid, 100 degrees. Y'all already know that's great hitting weather. I got some shit for that game. I mean, we'll see, right? So let's just go down the line, man. Patrick said my target is still strikeout prop versus the Giants. Yes, I'll get to that game in a second. I got some love for it, but I'll get some game. I can't because I'm from Chicago. That's my Cubs is my team, so I can't be too biased. You know what I'm saying? But I'll get to that game in a second, right? So first and foremost, let's just go. I'm gonna just try to go on down these plays, right? Just try to go on down these plays. Now, Gunnar Henderson, right? Um, Self-explanatory, right? Sold me yesterday. All I needed was one hit for like a 7 or 8 leg parlay. He didn't get there. It is what it is. Um, Bybee, he's throwing that fastball, right? Let me see. Let me get this set up real quick. As you can see, I was just looking at Justice Seal. He was the last player of the game there. The last game on the docket, right? So, uh, what's happening? Um, so like I said, I didn't know how to rank these batters, right? But I'm gonna give you a thing right here. I'm gonna let you know this right here. This is what I'm gonna let you guys know to save some time. We know this Baltimore team is dangerous, right? We know this Baltimore team is definitely dangerous. Now, Tanner Bybee, right? Tanner Bybee, um, they can strike out. No, I'm not a capper. I help people, man. I help people. I help people every day. I help people every day win money. Show people what I like. It is what it is. But hey, so listen. Tanner Barby's got a 29% K rate, right? 3.5 ERA. Okay. Now, so let's say versus righties, he's throwing that fastball and that slider, right? Um, he's throwing that fastball and that slider. Now, versus lefties, he's throwing that fastball He's got 4 home runs versus that fastball. On that slider at 23%, and at 21.5%, right? 21.5% for the changeup. Now that slider, he forced him. He's throwing at 45%. Okay, we can take a look at Gunnar Henderson real quick. Uh, mm, and he's crushing that. I will. He's got plenty of home runs against it. I think he's got 4 or 5 home runs against it. And I shouldn't even went off of this to show you guys this because y'all already know, right? He's just Gunnar Henderson. Man, I'm not a big time hockey guy. If you have anything for hockey, drop it down. I'll be glad to listen though. Gunnar Henderson. Versus right hand pitching. Um, he's throwing that fastball to lefties at 45% of the time. He has 7 home runs versus that pitch. That puts him in play, right? Now, we're gonna talk about some numbers, so I don't have to go through everybody, right? But in general, as a whole, since he's throwing this fastball like a ton, right? Take a look at this team versus the fastball. Now the team will strike out. Now, don't get it twisted. But we know what the Baltimore Orioles are capable of doing. So this team versus the fastball as a whole, um, let's just go to batting average. Adley Rushman, 382 versus a fastball. This is in conjunction with handedness, just straight handedness, lefties, righties, mixed together, not a specific handedness. Adley Rushman, 382. Jordan Westberg, 319. Ryan O'Hearn, 306. Um, Mountcastle, 295. Gunnar Henderson is 216 overall, right? But he's got 7 home runs versus, so the power is there, right? All I'm at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this team will hit the fastball, but he does have good case stuff, okay? So, sometimes these players don't go out there and do what you want them to do. Okay. Um, a bat that really graded out well for me, I have to go back. I think it was Jordan Westberg, and I can show you guys probably why. Westberg, uh, Westberg, look at some of his splits, right? So, at home versus right hand pitching, he's batting 360. Slugging 590, OPS 994, 230 isolated power with a 183 WRC plus. Okay, so his splits line up pretty well. O'Hearn has some good splits, even though he's a lefty. But like I said, we got an over under 8 here. On the flip side, I do like Jose Ramirez and Steven Kwan. Right, I like Jose. I couldn't talk you off of Naylor, but he was in the top 3. When I looked at the model, the three, it was Jose Ramirez, Stevie Kwan, and Josh Naylor over all of the Baltimore bats. These were the top 3, right? Probably my I ranked Jose. No, I couldn't decipher between Jose Ramirez and Stephen Kwan. Those bats are in play. All these bats are in play. But I'm letting you know right now that they like the Cleveland bats better than they like. And rightfully so, because I get a picture leaning towards Cleveland, right? Because of it's Bybee. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I had to go through that just like that. Okay. Um, Now, next game on the docket here was going to be the Philadelphia Phillies at Detroit Tigers. Detroit Tigers did what the fuck I needed them to do yesterday. Okay, so it is what it is. However, they got Casey Mize on the mound. Not a big fan of Casey Mize. I expect the Phillies to beat up on this guy, right? So I took the Phillies -1.5, right? I took the Phillies -1.5. I do think Nola can hit his pitching outs, right? I don't know if I didn't take it, I got to go back and look. If I didn't take it, I'm taking it, right? If I didn't take it, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Okay. And I couldn't talk you off his strikeouts, right? So I like his strikeouts as well. Okay, so you can get this on an ESPN bet, something like, because I expect Philly to just go upside these motherfuckers' heads today. That's all I expect. Even though they on the road, though, not Nola will give up a home run, right? And my top bet was Riley Green yesterday. He went out there and gave us a home run. But at the end of the day, I expect Philly to beat up on this guy. I took Philly team total, right? I took Philly team total. I took Philly team total. Yes, they should maul this guy. They should maul him, just like you said. I took Philly team total, right? Um, I took their team total over. Um, I've already bet this, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not trying to sell you guys none of that shit. I'm letting you know what I played. Okay, I took their team total over. I might go back and alter it down to like 3.5 in a parlay or something like that, just to try to, because I expect them to put up runs. Why do I expect them to put up runs? I'll show you, and I shouldn't even have to show you. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. But the number one play, the number one bat is the number one spot for me was uh was let's go here. Let's go to that I liked. Now I'm gonna tell you, number one bat was Bryce Harper, right? So what I got over here in my player pool, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, all those guys play, right? I didn't put them up here, so I got to put them up here. Boom. I'll be looking at these guys for hits, runs, and RBIs, betting them live, everything, right? So it just was a match made in heaven here, right? Everything lined up for me in this matchup. Because you can see Casey Mize just giving up bombs, just giving it up, right? He's giving it up. Um, mm, I want to say he's pitching his worst to his righties, and to alleviate all of this time, I need to stop doing all this, right? Just go out there and just blurt it out, right? Just give you guys what I got. I need to stop going through all this. Just know I went through everything. I went through everything. He's got a 286 batting average on that four seamer, two 341 on that slider. The sinker is 320. Now, like I said, Alec Bohm, he can disappoint me sometimes, man. He can disappoint me sometimes, but hey, looking at his splits here versus righties. Um, on the road, let me see. He's batting 384, 444 batting on base percentage, 581 slugging, 1,000 OPS, 198 isolated power, and 187 WRC plus. That's him on the road. Um, you know, uh, Bone versus righties. And this is a righty-righty matchup, right? And the pitch mix. Uh, so what is Mize doing there? Four seamer, slider, sinker. You might as well say 300 batting average on all of them, right? Four seamer, slider, sinker. Alec Bohm, the four seamer batting 370, the slider batting 341, the sinker 278. All of them expected is up at 300s, right? That's just a snippet, okay? Now, he's one of my top bats, probably one of my top bats of the day. I like Harper. Harper graded out. Harper and Trey Turner graded out better than him. Then came I'll tell you how they put them at. They put them at Harper, Turner, Schwarber, Baum. Harper is great. You know this, right? I like all these guys. His 200 RBIs. The least one I probably would go to was Schwarber, but Schwarber is a home run candidate, right? So you can look at Schwarber for home runs, Baum for home runs. You can look at all these motherfuckers for home runs. But I'm just, letting you know what I seen, okay? Hits, runs, and RBIs, team total, all that shit. I expect Casey Myers to get his ass lit up today, okay? I expect him to get lit up today. And um, yeah, I do. I definitely expect him to get lit up, okay? We could probably look at some unders for him, you know? I don't know what his numbers look like. If we just really, really think he's going to get his ass toasted, I think we can probably look at some unders. Now, um, Seattle Mariners at Tampa Bay Rays, right? So here's the thing: we got over under 7.5 in this spot. We got Wu on the mound. We got Taj Bradley on the mound, right? So as you can see, that's my boy Taj Bradley up under us right there. You see him on the thumbnail right here on YouTube. Either way it goes, I'll tell you one thing about Wu. Wu has been phenomenal, especially been versus righties. But coming from last year. Not so much this year, but he can get the pitch count ran up on him. Pay attention to this Tampa Bay Rays lineup. If they can scrape up some lefties, I don't know where they're going to scrape them up from, but he's pitching his worst versus lefties. I think especially on the road. So if we can get somebody like Josh Lowe to pop out, he can do some damage versus Wu. Other than that, Wu has been phenomenal. I can't take nothing from him. He ran up against Cleveland. I told y'all about that shit last game. He ran up against Cleveland. Cleveland put them lefties on his ass, and he was out of the game after like 4 or 5. Taj Bradley. Now we going up against the highest strikeout team in the league, right? Top two, top three, however you want to call it, right? Taj Bradley. Love Taj Bradley in this spot. Show you why. Well, he just gave my Cubs like 10, 11 Ks a couple days ago, whatever the case may be. Looking at some of his splits, his home road splits here, as you can see, these guys are on the road, correct? No, they're at home. I thought they were on the road. Either way it go, here's his home road splits. We looking at strikeouts. His home strikeouts is weird, right? 41% to lefties, 29% to righties. That's crazy, right? Who has he played? Let's take a look at his game log. Um, I've already taken the 6.5 Ks. I don't care if I don't get there. I don't get there. It don't even matter. At home versus the Cubs, 11 Ks. At home versus Baltimore, 7 Ks. Versus at home versus Kansas City Royals, 6 Ks. At home versus Boston, 10 Ks. At home versus New York, 7 Ks. It just lines up right. He should be a dog at home on the strikeout side. I love it, right? I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, right? I have him in my player pool right here, right? Josh Lowe, listen, I'm not giving this bat out, right? Am I gonna try him? Yes, but I'm not giving this bat out. Josh Lowe, I'm not giving it out. Am I gonna try him? Yes, please. Now, Pirates and Reds. Let me tell you what. I need to stop clicking all these buttons. I'm ready to go. To Pirates and Reds, we got an over under 9.5 in the spot. Yes, I got y'all already seen it. Yes, I got Brian Reynolds in there as and I'm gonna keep on going, right? 20 game hitting streak. Love his hits, runs, and RBIs, all that shit, right? Especially in this ballpark. Going up against Spears. Don't quote me on that. I think Spears, yeah, he's pitching his worst versus lefties, which worth he hasn't pitched that many games. But it is what it is. Now, I was on the lefties yesterday. They did not pop out for me, right? The lefties from Pittsburgh. This could be a sneaky spot. When I looked at that model, it was popping out. It was popping out. It was popping out the lefties like Tellez, um, Tellez, Sawinski. He was popping those guys out. Um, One guy I can't go without mentioning here because there's a chance, it's hope, right? It's a chance. I don't bet on him like that, right? But there's a chance. Let me give him to you right now. What this kid is tossing out, that four seamer. He's got a 316 batting average on that four seamer and that changeup. I want to say, was I right about this or was I? What did I? O'Neal Cruz, right? Um, this is just a little bit that I seen, right? Just a little bit that I seen, a little bit that I seen. I don't even know if I was right. I was glancing through it, but yeah, okay. So let's see. The four seamer. So these two pitches, his top two pitches that Spears is throwing, he's got a three. He's got a 316 batting average on this four seamer, right? On his changeup, he's throwing 23% of the time. He's got a 294 batting average on that. Small sample size because he hasn't pitched that many games. The top two pitches for O'Neal Cruz is the four seamer, which he has a 381 batting average, 619 slugging, with expecting a 752. We know that's what he does, hit home runs when he can. But the numbers are lining up. The changeup, the next pitch that he throws, um, he's got a 359 batting average versus that, right? With 261, 513 slugging. He'll take that motherfucker deep. He got a home run versus both of them. Um, on this season versus righties, he has one, two, three, five, six, seven, 8 home runs versus righties in general. But the thing about him is he will strike the fuck out. Well, along with a bunch of these Pittsburgh Pirates. Swinsky, him. It's just they got a lot of strikeouts on their team. But if he happens to he's got a good chance to knock the shit out of one of these top two pitches that this pitcher throws, because these are his best two pitches that he hits. Carson Spires, the four seamer and the changeup. The O'Neal Cruz, the four seamer and the changeup. It's information. It's not a bat that I'm giving out. It's just something that I ran across. What I'm doing is I'm starting to try to stay fuck away from all these batters that strike out a lot. Even though at least don't put them in a parlay, you know, because them strikeouts will kill you. Half that motherfucker kills me with his strikeouts. It is what it is though. Um, loving, loving Brian Reynolds in this spot here at Great American Small Park Ballpark, whatever you want to call it. This ballpark produces runs. It's been pretty cool as lately, but it does. It can pop off. Next game here we're going to look at is going to be. I skipped over the Toronto game for some reason. I don't even know. I have to get back with you guys on that. Maybe I might fade it. Baltimore, Atlanta Braves, and St. Louis Cardinals. Now, what I was looking at here was I was looking at Matt Olson and Jerry Kalenic, right? Um, Matt Olson is not having he's not having the year that we expected. Jerry Kalenic, I'm just looking at those guys because I know historically Lynn can pitch worse to lefties, right? And there's a few pitches that one of these guys, especially that fastball, if Olson or Kalenic catch this motherfucker fastball, you can hang it up, right? But actually, if I had to go for a top two bats on this from this game overall, it would be Mason Wynn and Alec Burleson, right? These guys, I like them. I like them. It is what it is, right? I like them, right? So if I had to get the two bats on the Braves, would be Olson and Kalenic. You don't need me to tell you about Ozuna, right? Okay. But Mason Wynn, Alec Burleson, these guys, especially Mason Wynn and Alec Burleson, and the splits at home looks great, right? So I like these guys at home. It is what it is, okay? Hits, runs, and RBIs, whatever the case may be. Swellenbach, Lynn, I ain't even looking at the pitching. I'm not even crossing that shit up. I like those guys, right? Los Angeles Angels, Dodgers, Chicago White Sox, Crochet. I had to take his strikeouts. Don't care if you don't get there or not. This guy's got this shit, right? Now, we know top two bats is Freddie Freeman and and Shohei Ohtani. The bats that get at lefties on the right side, Teoscar Hernandez and Will Smith. If I had to take one in this spot, would probably be Will Smith. But those guys strike the fuck out. So we got over under 8 here. It is what it is. Probably my favorite bat, lo and behold, would probably be um, I'm betting him. I'm betting him. I already got him in there, so it don't even matter, right? I'm bet. Oh, I didn't put him up. Louis, there he is. I got Gary Crochet and Luis Robert. As long as Robert is in the lineup, I'm taking his hits, runs, and RBIs all the way up to a home run. I like him. I like him all the way up to the home run. I'm playing his hits, runs, and RBIs, especially if it comes out reasonable. Carrying over from last year versus lefties, I've always targeted Luis Robert versus lefties. There's nothing's gonna stop for me here. Miami Marlins at Kansas City Royals. First and foremost, we got an over under 9.5. Secondly, I took the one minus 1.5. I took the over. I went over 1.5 runs. I took the over. I took the 1.5. Man, took the Kansas City Royals minus 1.5. Man, damn. Next, I had to take. I didn't have to take shit, but I did take the strikeouts for Cole Reagans. I took 6.5 strikeouts for Cole Reagans, and I also took the 18.5 pitching outs at plus 106. Hey, um, I took it. It is what it is, right? I played them all individually on ESPN Bet. That's a spot where you can go take them and you can parlay them all up. You can't do that on every book, but you can go over here to ESPN Bet and you can take these motherfuckers and you can parlay them all up, right? So, if I was to, I would probably go pitching outs, 18 and a half. Strikeouts, I have to check the lines to see what makes sense and whatever the case may be. 6.5. And then uh, um, uh, 1.5. I'm taking the 1.5, right? That's a plus 326. If you wanted to go if you wanted to, try do a trifecta or something like that. However, you get a guy like I didn't put him up there. You get a guy like Reagan's, uh, who's got that shit. Let's see, Reagan's. Reagan's got that shit right. So on the season, he's hit a strikeout prop, seven, 10 of 16 games. His outs prop, he's hit this 5 of 16. So the outs is an iffy play, but I've been targeting this team versus outs for outs for a while, right? Now versus left hand pitching, we can see it. Versus left hand pitching, we can look at the last 30 days. Miami and Miami 25% K rate, 272 plate appearances with a 67 WIC plus. That just lines up as far as over strikeouts and over pitching outs, right? That lines up. That's the last 30 days. Last 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 2 weeks versus left-hand pitcher Miami. 6 striking out, 137 plate appearances. Not that many plate appearances. 25% K rate, 74 WRC plus. I like the pitching outs. I like the strikeouts. Will they get there? I hope so. If they don't, I'll be taking 2 L's, right? Now, bats. Loving the bats. These are the bats I like right here, right? Um, I, so what I've learned was, hey, we want to target, we want to target, we want to target, we want to target these bats at home. We don't want to fuck with these boys on the road. I don't want to fuck with them on the road no more after I just lost all that money. I'm giving the ass the benefit of the doubt. So Bobby Witt Jr. hits, runs, all these numbers, everything panned out right. So Bobby Witt Jr. hit all the way up to a home run. I'm taking his hits, runs, and RBIs. MJ Melendez, He was the second top bat from this one here. He's got eight home runs versus righties. All of them come at home, right? So that's a little bit of extra tidbit that you guys can see for you guys right there. MJ Melendez, he's in a great spot here versus this pitcher. Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino. It was really the lefties, right? Salvador Perez, he got better numbers at home, and then he's got power numbers. You can look at his ass to go yard. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the hell out of these people here. I ain't even gonna lie. Um, I don't bet a lot of games. I'm trying to get into it, but like I say, it is what it is, right? All those Kansas City bats. We can look towards those guys at home. Their numbers look better at home. I could be wrong, but it is what it is, right? Rodri Munoz is not that guy. I mean, um, everything. Blew hard hit 50%, right? Expected batting average 287, 23% K rate, 11% walk rate. I don't even have to go into the numbers, man. I don't have to go into it because I've been through it already. Those are the bats that lined up. Take what you like, leave what you don't. This Texas Rangers game, we got an over under of is that the next game here? Uh Texas Rangers game. We got an over under of 8 in this spot. Peralta, you just can't. I mean, Peralta, you can't deny his strikeout stuff. His strikeout stuff sitting at what 5.5 right now, and they giving these Rangers respect because they don't strike out much. But what else they don't do is they don't hit righties that much, right? Especially as of late. So let's go back to the last 30 days, and we can look at the Rangers, and I'll tell you what they've been doing, right? So Texas Rangers, 20% K rate last 30 days versus right hand pitching, which means that's about below average. Means they haven't been striking out, but the 68 WRC plus indicates they haven't been hitting them. Okay, 68 WRC plus is fucking terrible. Last 14 days, um, last 14 days, last 14 days, where are they? Texas, 19.8% K rate. They ain't been striking out, but the 7-1 WRC plus lets you know they still ain't been hitting them, right? I can look at the last 7 days. I didn't look at the last 7 days. I want to see. 17% K rate, steady going down. 95 WRC plus. They must have had a good game or so. At the end of the day, what it indicates is that they haven't been striking out much. That's why we see a 5.5 strikeout prop for Peralta. And what it also indicates is that it's a good possibility that he can hit his pitching outs. Okay, so and that'll reflect in the price that we're going to get this pitching outs for, because we have I seen a what was it? So now it's up to 18 and a half. I missed the parlay piece. The parlay piece was it was like minus 198. I was going to take it for a parlay piece at a 17 and a half. Now I got to think to see if I want to take this 18 and a half. What do we have it on for FanDuel? Pitching outs. Still 17 and a half at a parlay piece. Get to it if you want to on FanDuel as a parlay piece. I think he could get there, right? I think he can get there. Ooh, just give you guys a little bit of numbers real quick. Um, because I know this is going to be a hot topic today. We know he's got that shit. He's got that good K upside, right? So he's pitching his, I'm still going to his strikeouts. I'm putting in a parlay. I'm still going to his strikeouts. At home versus righties, he's got a 38% K rate, 39%. At home versus lefties, he's got 28%, right? In general, at home, he's got a 33% K rate. On the road, he's got a 29% K rate. Versus lefties in general, 32%. Versus righties in general, 30%. I'm still gonna take a stab at the 5.5. But I'm gonna put it in a parlay, right? I'm putting in a parlay. Okay, I still think he can. I still think Freddie Peralta can go out there and get his Ks. I ain't scared. I ain't scared. The numbers don't support it though. I'm tell you that the numbers don't support it. So it is what it is. On the season here, he's hit this 5.5 Ks 12 of his last 15 games. That's Freddie Peralta. You can look at his pitching outs. If you're looking at his pitching house at 17 and a half, he's 6 of 15 to this number, right? 6 of 15. Good strikeout pitchers end up getting their Ks before they get their pitching outs, sometimes, most of the time, right? So, Lorenzen, on the flip side, Lorenzen, here's a guy who's pitching his worst on the road versus righties, right? So you can look at top two bats. You can always look at is Seager, Yelich, with the righties on the Brewers are in an okay spot. Michael Lorenzen, here's a guy who's been hitting his pitching outs a lot. Wait a minute, no, I'm sorry. Michael Lorenzen been giving up bombs, right? I want to say Michael Lorenzen been giving up bombs. Uh, so I'll show you guys that, and then I'll back up off of this, right? I'll back up off of it. And yeah, he's been hitting his pitching outs though, man. The walks have been a problem for his ass. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to keep putting walking motherfuckers. Expect the ERA is a 4.7. They might be able to be getting ready to get to him. Okay, so the walks have been a problem. His pitching outs, one, two, three. So he's hit his pitching outs. He's hit 6 innings or better in every game except for one, two. That's nice. I like that. I do like that. I do like that. Right? He's hit his pitching outs in every game except for two. Um, I don't know how I feel. I didn't put him in my player pool. I didn't do none of that shit, bro. Straight up. I'm letting you know. Um, I don't know how I'm gonna attack that. I don't know how I'm gonna attack that. With an over under 8, I don't know how I'm gonna attack it. Tell you the truth. I don't. Oakland Athletics and Los Angeles Angels, y'all already know what the deal is, right? I didn't look at the our Los Angeles bats here. We got an over under 9. I got tunnel vision. Y'all already know why. Um, a lot of my guys already know why, but the bats, right? It's two bats that I'm looking at here. But the one that really sticks out to me is going to be JJ Bleday. JJ Bleday, the numbers line up. You know, we're going right back to the well, right? Going right back to the well for JJ Bleday here. It's just that it's got to be right, man. It's got to be that one pitch. That one pitch, he catches that, and then honorable mention Brent Rooker. Brent Rooker, I actually like both of them, right? So if he catches this one pitch, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, and I'm definitely thinking about going there for sure. So y'all already know Griffin Cannon. Look at that, all that blue, right? All that blue, 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 blue. Low K percentage, 15%. He's terrible, been terrible, right? Um, where are we going against lefties? Um, yeah. Uh, check the numbers versus lefties again. Um, for the people who don't know, I gotta point this out. Uh, JJ, let's hit JJ. Um, mm, versus righties. Griffin Cannon. The four seamer. That's what we're looking at, right? So he's throwing that four seamer 30% of the time towards lefties, and the changeup 32% of the time versus lefties. I'm not thinking about that changeup. This is what's going to be. This is what's getting ready to happen right here, right? I'm going to explain this to you. This four seamer. He's got 6 home runs versus lefties, 10 strikeouts, right? He got a 340 batting average with a 345 expected batting average, 760 slugging, 719 expected slugging, right? JJ Bleday versus righties versus that four seamer. He's got 4 home runs, 9 doubles, 350 batting average, 600 slugging, 500 expected slugging. Okay, y'all already know what that means. Let him catch that fastball, please. He might not throw that fastball to him though. I'm telling you that shit right now. He might not throw that fastball. If he throw that fastball, that shit is over with. Shit, I had to wait till the 8th inning, but Bush got a hit for that plus 175. Thanks God last night went 117. Yo, you got a Twitter? No, yeah, I got a Twitter. I'll be posting on it. I post on my Facebook page. I put that parlay on my Facebook page, man. And those were the same plays. If you caught the Sunday night stream, I gave all that shit out. I gave it all out, and then I threw it in a parlay. I broke it down. Go check my live yesterday. I broke it down, what I liked, why I liked it, Did like 3 parlays, 2 of them hit. Either way it go, that's neither here nor there. Top bats from the from Oakland side. JJ Bleday number 1. Number 2 is going to be Brent Rooker. I didn't look at the rest of these bats. I was just moving. Yeah, yeah. I took Cody, um, Bush, Martinez, and Alvarez. Martinez hit a double. What's Alvarez hit a double, and then I took the pitching outs for what's the pitcher name? Whatever his name is. Yep. And then I live betted his strikeouts. Yo, Frenchie, what's happening? Catch the replay, Frenchie, because I'm going to get out of here. Now, Washington Nationals and San Diego Padres. We got an over under 8 here, right? Um, a lot of shit lined up for me. We know Patrick Corbin is for Corbin Day. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do right here, right? I'm leaning towards the over pitching outs for Waldron. It's just a lean, right? Number 2, top bat, top bat, top bat, top bat. Top back gonna be. I know I got him in my player pool here. But top back gonna be Profile. Okay. Um, and then it is what it is, man. Y'all already know what the deal is. Patrick Corbin. Corbin. Oops, nope, not Corbin Carroll. Patrick Corbin and who would I say? Um, oh, Profile. Let y'all know what I see here. Okay. He's gonna be one of the top backs of the day here. Now, uh, Patrick Corbin, that motherfucker, boy, he been jagging people money off. Last 2, yeah, he did. He pitched good in 2 straight games, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, right? He pitched good in 2 straight games. This little sap sucker. Either way it go, Profile, right? Uh, versus lefties. Um, let's see what Patrick Corbin is throwing. Uh, he's throwing that sinker, right, to righties, right? That sinker. He's got a 336 batting average on that sinker. Sinker. Um, with 5 home runs. He's throwing a sinker almost 40% of the time, followed by a slider. He's got a home run on that slider with 250 batting average on that slider, right? The sinker, he's getting a hit. Profile um, versus lefties. That sinker. Um, he's hitting it. Haven't seen that many lefties, right? He's got 333 batting average on it, though. You know what I'm saying? He's got 333 batting average on it. So he's hitting. He's hitting. You know what I'm saying? He's hitting. Just haven't seen that many lefties, right? Small sample size. The next pitch was a slider. Uh, slider. He's got a home run versus it. His expected batting average is 321. He's only batting 222 versus, but his expected batting average is 321. So that's definitely good hope right there. The next pitch was be um, the cutter. I don't know what he's doing. I didn't even look at the cutter. The cutter, he only seen it a few times. He's still batting 400 against it. Um, um, So another thing that sold me, I did have to go back and look at the splits. This is what took the icing of the cake for me. It was probably the splits, right? So as good as he is versus lefties and his splits at home and shit like that. So I'm gonna have to sprinkle something on him. His runs and RBIs for sure. His runs and RBIs for sure, right? Looking at some of his advanced numbers at home versus lefties, he's batting 361, on base percentage at 465, slugging 694, 1100 OPS with a 333 isolated power, good for a whopping 228 WRC plus, right? So I didn't look at the sample size because those numbers do look kind of home versus lefties. I mean, at bats, 48 at bats, that's not a lot, but he's been doing it, right? He's been doing it. I can't take nothing from him. Hopefully, he keeps on doing it because I'm going to bet him today, okay? Now, who else popped? Everybody popped for San Diego. The next bat was, I mean, I don't know what the status is of what the fuck is that boy's name? He's hurt. But then Machado, he was next. Merrill, Hassan Kim. You know, I just wanted to point out one bat that I seen and left it at that. Yeah, Corbin has been striking out batters for some odd reason. And then the last game on the docket here. So the last time Justice Steele pitched was Tatis. That's what it is. Last time Justice Steele pitched was versus this team. He was at home. Now he goes on the road versus this team, right? Don't have a pitcher for the San Francisco Giants. It's a few things that you can look at here, right? So let me give you some numbers real fast. Let me give you some numbers, right? Uh, we this guy here, man, this motherfucker here is a monster, right? I can't talk you off any numbers for anybody, him versus anybody, right? I'm just flat out scared of this guy. This guy's got fucking potential, right? And if you can break it up splits wise, and so you can see what he's doing, how he's doing it. Now, one thing we do know is he will strike out 32%, 25, 29, 33, all the way through the flick. He will strike out. Eloy Ramos is what I'm talking about. His batting averages, though. At home, 329. On the road, 243. At home versus lefties, 364 batting average at home versus lefties. 444 on base percentage with a 727 slugging with 1100 OPS, 364 isolated power, 215 WRC plus. I don't give a fuck what pitch he's throwing out there. If he catches this motherfucker, you can very well kiss that motherfucker goodbye. So he loves lefties, it seems. On the road versus lefties, he's batting 462 with damn near double. Look at the isolated power at 846. Who the fuck with a 386? What? WRC plus? Who the fuck has he been going up against? I need to go look at his game log, man. How many games has this motherfucker played? He's played a bunch of them. Damn. Ooh, I'm scared of that guy. What did he do last week? What did he do last week? Since they played them last week. Let me see. Against damn, Justin Steele, right? Hmm. Damn. Let me see. I know how to see this shit right here. Justin Steele. What did he do? San Francisco Giants. He didn't give up no home run, so he must have struck his ass out. Um, he struck him out once. He struck him out once. He struck Ramos out once. Okay. Okay. I guess. Since we own Justin Steele, let's take a look at some of his numbers, right? Splits wise. Um, he gave him 8 strikeouts. He gave him 8 strikeouts. Yes, he's a scary sight. He's a scary sight. If he keeps it up, man, I win some big money off him. I'm buying his jersey. Um, I don't like none of these, none of those players, man. But I'm gonna like him. San Francisco is just not a hard team for me to get to like. Um, on the road. So his strikeouts goes up on the road. 30% to lefties, 24% to righties. His strikeouts go up versus lefties, significant, and about down one versus righties, right? Last time these two teams faced, he went over 6 innings and he gave him 8 strikeouts, right? Um, what type of sample size is this that I'm looking at here? Let's see. Look at his games. How many games is he? Hmm. Yeah, not that many games he pitched. Pittsburgh, no. San Francisco, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 6.2 innings, almost went 7. What about last year? I want to take a quick glance at last year before I get out of here. Um, Game log. Fuck it. I ain't gonna look at last year's numbers. I could though. Let me see. It don't matter. Fuck it, man. I lean towards the over outs for him. I don't know who this Miller guy is. One are they doing a bullpen thing or something? Let me see something. Bullpen. I do want to take a look at the bullpen right here. This is going to the Bulls, the Bears, the Cubs. The Cubs fucking shit been anemic offensively. That's why I never come on because I don't know who they are. I don't never give you guys. San Francisco bullpen can get hit, right? They're in the bottom 30 giving up runs. Worst bullpen right here. Colorado, Angels, White Sox, Pittsburgh, Texas, Arizona, Toronto, San Francisco, right there. And then they pitch a lot of innings too, so of course. At the end of the day, that's what I got. I still need to make this video shorter than this. I could have just rammed off all those numbers. Some of you guys, some of those bats and pitches, some of you guys trust me, some of you guys don't. Some people will learn at the end of, but like I said, you will probably learn today. Gunnar Henderson, Westbury, Ramirez, um, Quan, Nola lean towards the over outs. Bryce Harper is in play, hits, runs, and RBIs. Trey Turner is in play, hits, runs, and RBIs. Um, 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 Schwarber liable to hit the go yard today. Alec Bohm is probably numbers wise looks the sexiest to me. Alec Bohm looks the sexiest. Thomas Bradley, I like his strikeouts, and I might ladder his strikeouts. Josh Lowe, it's not a bat that I'm giving up, not a bat that I'm giving out, but you better watch out. Versus Brian Wu versus lefties, he can give it up versus lefties, but this is not a bat. It's not a bat I'm getting out. You know that meme that what's his name? It don't even matter, right? Brian Reynolds, 20 game hit streak. It is what it is. Honorable mention, Cruz, right, for a home run candidate. If you just got to get some bats from the Braves side, Olson and Kalenic, you don't need me to tell you about Ozuna. Now, I do like, I'm betting Mason Wynn hits, runs, and RBIs. Alec Burleson, I'm betting they hits, runs, and RBIs. Donovan is an honorable mention, right? Gary Crochet, I took the hits, I took the 7.5 strikeouts. I don't if he don't get that, it is what it is, right? Luis Robert, I'm taking the hits, runs, and RBIs over 1.5 if it pops there. All these bets that I'm giving you, I'll be looking to live bet these bats. I'm definitely looking to live bet these Royals bats. What I took here was I took Reagan's over 18.5 outs. I took his strikeouts. That's the pitcher. Bobby Witt, I like him all the way up to a home run. MJ Melendez, the pitcher versus lefties. Lefties get a bump. MJ Melendez, Vinny Pasquantino, those guys get a bump today. Like I said, versus righties at home, MJ Melendez has 8 home runs, right? He don't have any home runs versus these guys on the road. What I learned today, we targeting Royals at home. Whenever we go into bats, we're going to bats versus Royals. For Royals at home, they just sold the shit out of us, right? They just sold the shit out of us on the road, man. They just sold us on the road. Y'all seen that? Either way it go, um, what? I took the Kansas City Royals 1.5. I hope I don't get cracked, but it is what it is, right? Feder Peralta, 17.5 ounces of parlay piece. That's more favorable on paper than his strikeouts. This Texas team, they strike out less, but they don't hit righties. So at the end of the day, Peralta, it's the numbers say take his pitching outs. Me, I'm going to take his pitching outs and his strikeouts in a parlay. Okay, I will not straight bet his outs. I will not. I will live bet his outs. I've been live betting like crazy. Top bat from the athletic side to me, JJ Bleday, followed by Brent Rooker, who I didn't list them. I think both of those guys got the chance to go yard today. This is a pitcher's park, but and then, like I said, JJ Bleday, by him in this big park, not being able to take the ball out for home runs sometimes. That's why he has 9 doubles versus that pitch mix and versus that pitcher. Profile. Just batting over 350 versus lefties on the road. Self-explanatory, man. Going up against Patrick Corbin, you know the deal, right? Justin Steele, a lean. I, I'm, I'm not giving that now for Justin Steele right away. I want to lean towards his pitching outs. I want to take his strikeouts. That's what I want to do. I want to take them both, man. His strikeouts in that 5.5. I want to take them both. I'm scared though for some reason, but I want to take them both. Eloy, he's just an honorable mention, not a bat that I'm giving out. He's just one dangerous motherfucker, right? With that being said, peace out, fam. Y'all have a great day. I'm getting ready to go to work. Damn, I need to just condense these down. I need to condense these down. They condense these down to at least 30 to 20 more minutes. All right. At the end of the day, those are my insights, man. Appreciate